Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 37 of ShowTheFlowTV. My name's Ryan Wells. I'm so excited that you're here. And if you've noticed, I've got a special guest today. Everybody, this is Ron Harris with the OKC Entrepreneur Group. And man, I'm super excited to have him on. Anybody that's out crushing it as an entrepreneur, it's just exciting to hear their stories. So Ron, it's good to have you, man.
Man, thank you for having me. Awesome. I'm glad to be here.
So who are you, man? What do you do? Like what's up?
Who am I is a loaded question. So you want the 5-minute or the 60-second?
Let's go 60-second,
Okay.
and then we'll expand.
Okay. Again, my name is Ron Harris. I always joke that, well, I don't joke actually, but my background is I was a IT guru. So I always joke that if you've ever seen Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper, that was me in high school.
Nice.
I had too short jeans. I wasn't well groomed. I wore the computer shirts. I mean, I was the super nerd in high school, and was very arrogant, but also very naive. I didn't have a clue. And it wasn't until I discovered life, college, and stuff like that, that I realized, man, if I start combing my hair and dress up a little bit nicer, because girls started getting excited about girls. Change my mindset.
Yeah, that'll
with
do
computers, is girls require something a little bit different. And so I did that for many years. My dad owned computer stores, software companies, and so I was I literally had a computer in my crib.
Wow.
And so, I mean, that was my future, being an IT guy. Very natural talent, no certifications, nothing, just all natural talent. And I had the dream job. I worked at a bank. I showed up when I wanted to. I left when I wanted to. I had an unlimited budget. I mean, I was the captain of the ship. I did whatever I wanted, when I wanted. I broke many rules at this place. And then my wife, before she was my wife, she was the young intern, an HR intern, and she came in there on full time and saw the one guy that broke all the rules, that got away with everything. And she tried to get me fired.
Really?
Tried to get me fired because I could do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like her at first, but you know how God does some pretty amazing things.
Yep.
And He had a bigger plan than I even had a clue about. So ended up being the best thing ever in my life.
That's
my
awesome.
Wife, Angelina Harris. And so, but she recognized that even though I had the dream job, I did what I wanted to. I could do whatever I wanted. I was burnt out. I was miserable. I was depressed, and she knew that. And so she said, "Ron, you need to go out and find some hobby." And so this is my claim to fame: is I read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. My dad used to always tell me to read books, and I used to hate that. But later in life, you realize your dad's pretty smart.
Yeah.
And so I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Like most people, that was awesome knowledge, and I shelved it. Wasn't ready for it. And then I came back and read it again when I was depressed, and my girlfriend at the time encouraged me to go out and find something. Man, that Rich Dad Poor Dad, getting something that pays me for every hour I put in, I'll get paid thousands of hours back, not just hour for hour. Bust your butt in the beginning and get paid forever after that. And so that's how I got started in real estate investor. That's my more public persona, is investing and flipping houses. I always joke it's not as easy as it looks as it is on TV.
Right. It never
but
is.
it's also not as much drama either. Because TV's all about reality and
Yeah.
drama and all that. And so that's kind of what I've done. I've been doing, but my ultimate passion is coaching and mentoring and helping people grow. And man, it's amazing when you're part of their lives, when they're either dead broke or miserable or whatever it is in their past, and they're ready for a new change. And I get to be a little nudge in their life and be a part of that process. And when they get the light bulb that they can make whatever kind of money, it's not always about money, but it's usually at the beginning. Usually it's money at the beginning, and then of course getting their time back later on. But man, just being a mentor, that's my ultimate purpose. And now I kind of get paid for it sometimes too, which is kind of cool. But that's not my goal.
I love it. Yeah, Jim Rohn, he says that money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. So you kind of need it, right, from time to time. I picked up on just one thing that you said, that your life was going a certain direction, and you found yourself kind of in a low place, and then two things: somebody recognized that,
Right.
and then number two, you read a book.
Right.
Like, that's interesting. Maybe, I don't remember who it was, maybe it was Robert Kiyosaki that said that you'll be the same person you are today 5 years from now, except for the people that you meet and the books that you read.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting you say that, because I'll have to find that quote, because my dad would always tell me growing up, when I was 12 years old, you are where you are because of decisions you made 5 years ago. And he would say that all the time. And when you're 12 years old, 5 years old is a million years away. You're like, now it's like,
right.
So you are where you are. And I don't know if he got it from somebody else or no, but I give my dad credit for it. So.
You know, one of the things that I say is, anytime I'm sharing at all, is that there are no original thoughts. And anything that I bring to the table, I've heard from somebody. I may not know exactly where. I'll try to give them credit if possible.
Right.
But you know, it's amazing. It's just, you mentioned like when in your coaching how just a little nudge will maybe change the whole trajectory of somebody's life. And I think every single day, you know, you and I we're subject to little nudges.
Right.
I call it massaging. You know,
Massaging.
and
Okay.
just the hands of God, right? That kind of massaging me through life. And you know, and that's how even this vlog started, was just kind of an idea from a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, that I read a book called Crush It.
Crush It,
that he
yes.
wrote.
I read that one.
Great one, you know, and it really talks about just get out there and do something, right? And so when you were faced kind of with that decision of do something different, what did the steps look like? What did that look like for you to get into the real estate investing?
Very good question. Yeah, this all come from my father, but he used to always tell me, when you want to learn about something, go get a book and read about it. And when you're 8, 9 years old, I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
But I still have my very first library book. Didn't return it. I still have it today, so my fine's probably $1 million.
Yeah.
But that was the kind of the start of getting books. But when I was an IT guy, I would read books all the time, and they're daunting, massive, boring. But because I kept practicing reading and going over it and going over it and going over it, but I got so good at reading those books that I could read it just like that, remember it, or right before I was about to install the software. So when I was burnt out and thinking about becoming a real estate investor and getting my first rental property, I said, you know what? I'm going to get some education. I'm not just going to jump right into it, because that education, reading books, and going to seminars, and plugging in just like other. If you want to be a doctor, go hang out with doctors. If you want to be a real estate investor, you need to go find out where all the real estate investors.
Good.
And so I plugged into the local RIAs here and just read that Rich Dad
And what is
program.
RIA?
RIA stands for Real Estate Investor Association. It's Real Estate Investors Association. So yeah, every state's got one or multiple RIAs. And so that's what I did here. My wife and I plugged into the RIAs here, and man, it was amazing when you're around like-minded people. They're all crazy running around and all the different techniques and ideas, but they're all there for the same reason: become successful in real estate.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. Plugged in, got education, spent some time, spent some money, and then it's amazing that when you've got that radar on, that your deal comes along, whatever it is that you're looking for, all of a sudden it finds you. And so my first rental property got in my way. I could not say no, because it was such a fantastic deal. And I was like, that's how I got started. And that was probably in 2007, I think, when I bought my first rental property.
That's incredible. You know, one of the big why, I guess, behind this vlog is I want to reach people that are kind of on the fence about becoming an entrepreneur, that they're on the fence about taking action. What would you say to somebody that is considering starting their own business or considering even getting into investing? What would be your advice to them?
Well, that's a good segue. You know, that's how we started the OKC Entrepreneur Group. It was my way of giving back to the community and providing resources. You're coming to speak about something inspirational. And sometimes it's technical, sometimes it's inspirational, but plugging into with like-minded individuals. So the Entrepreneur Group is all entrepreneurs, from people who have no idea about the roller coaster leap they're about to take, how crazy it is being an entrepreneur, from people in there who are decamillionaires, who are on their third or fourth business, who've learned a thing or two. And because all those different perspectives of people and lifestyles and creeds and business, wherever the life cycle they're in, all that, it's amazing what you can still learn from everybody. And here in Oklahoma, we're a pretty friendly bunch.
Oh yeah.
And so there's nobody back in the room
Yeah.
hiding secrets. It's so friendly, and so we just share resources. And
I
learn stuff all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Because I have to show up, but I'm just so glad. I'm like, I'm blessed to be able to run this.
Yeah.
I get to hear all the stories, and just like you, when I talk to people, I get to hear their stories from where they started. It has nothing to do with where they're ending up or what they're doing today, but the life lessons all along the way it's a direct it's powerful. And so I always tell people, don't be afraid to take that leap, because we change careers all the time.
Yeah. Oh, sure. All the time. Yeah.
I mean, I was an IT guy, but I was #1 architecture student in Oklahoma. I won all these awards, so I was going to become an architect.
Sure.
And I found out if you don't go to in high school, the reason why I'm always late and not a morning person is because high school let me slide.
Yeah.
And then my job at the bank, they all let me slide. I mean, everybody's let me slide, but when I was go become an architect, and that let me slide too. But when I got to college, I couldn't slide. And so I found out if you don't go to history class, you don't pass.
Right.
You can't slide by that. And so we didn't have internet back then where you could take online tests. That didn't exist. And so I flunked out twice and realized, this is not for me. Even though I was awesome in architecture, I thought that was I spent my entire life, early life, doing that. Went back into IT for many, many years, and that provided the stability and getting out of debt and doing some dumb things as a kid and spending too much money. And but that prepared me to when I was ready for the next entrepreneurial leap of becoming an investor. And today, now I've got my hands in all kinds of things related to real estate and non-real estate, and internet startups, and all kinds of cool stuff that I look back. I mean, I'm so blessed. I feel like I had no idea I'd be doing the things I'm doing today. I had no vision of that at all. And I'm just like, thank you, God, for allowing me to do these things. And which means, what's the next 5 years going to be like? Or next 10 years, or 20? I have no clue.
It's exciting.
Exciting, yes. Yeah.
It really is. Just so many nuggets there, guys. I hope that you're taking notes. If not, just watch this over again. I mean, it's just amazing what you can pick up for yourself. Ron's story may not be your story exactly, but the steps that he took were to take action, to learn. And guys, I've said it before, there is absolutely enough information in this world and connections that you can make. You can become a success at whatever you want. I don't care if you're selling conduits for electric wire, whatever. You can become like the master conduit person in the whole world just by getting out there and learning something. So guys, thanks so much once again. Ron, appreciate having you today.
Thank you for having me. Awesome.
Absolutely. Go and check out the OKC Entrepreneur Group. Where can they find out more information?
www.okcentrepreneur.group.com, and you'll find all the information out there.
Awesome. Go check it out, and we'll put it up on the screen. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us on Show the Flow TV. We'll talk to you soon.